Well, Backlash 2026 just ended, and that was a show. That was certainly a show. It had some ups, it had some downs, and we are gonna break it all down. So welcome to the 716 Sports Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, joined with Mr. Sean O'Neill, Mr. T. Reese, and fellas, how did we like Backlash? Did that main event save the show?
You mean backlash, as Danhausen would say. Um, it felt like a Saturday night main event for me for pretty much almost the entire show. It felt way too short because of the early start time. It just, I don't know, it didn't do enough for me. I mean, some of the matches were good themselves, but then it just, I don't know. Underwhelming, I think, is the best word to describe it for me.
Um, I was fine with this show. I think it was pretty even all the way through. I don't think there was for me there wasn't no ups and downs. Every match, everything was pretty consistent. Wasn't a lot of surprises. So I mean, other than John Cena, but I thought it was fine. And I mean, obviously there's some points here where I'm sure we'll get to that I didn't really care for. Maybe we'll figure it. If any of us agree with that, but I was fine with the show. It was for me. It was just average, slightly above average show. Nothing over the top.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you guys. There were some parts of it I absolutely despised, and there were some other parts of it that I thought were fine. And then there was some good wrestling sprinkled in there. So yeah, but I'm way too short. I'm not a big fan. I think before we get into the actual review of the show, I'm not sure how I feel about these shows starting at 6 o'clock. I don't know if I like that. Is that just me being like, I mean, I know the old guy in me kind of likes that because I get to go to bed early, but like I don't like these. I mean, I don't know. Just taking a step back and looking at this show, I watched it on the ESPN expensive app, and like in between each match, there was three minutes and 59 seconds of commercials, right? And then there were a handful of commercials as well. So, five matches, right? 20 minutes of commercials. So 25-ish minutes of commercials for a show that started at 6 o'clock, ended at 8:45. So that immediately cuts you down to what, 2 hours and 20 minutes. And then with the ring entrances and all of the other nonsense that they did, what did you get? An hour and 45 minutes of wrestling on a not even a 3 hour show? I mean, I guess that's not bad. It's like over 50%, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all that.
I think my one argument would be again if you have a 2.5 hour show, as long as it's entertaining, you know what I mean. That's just for me. But I do feel bad for anyone that's like paying for the pay per view and things like that
Yeah.
because every show you don't know how long it's going to run, and every show you're not going to get your money's worth. So I think that's probably why they're trying to introduce that club WWE nonsense to give an extra experience with it because they can't guarantee a full show every pay per view, especially with the way they've cut down the roster. I probably expect that more of these PLEs like this are going to have 6 matches, but you're just going to see a round robin of the usual characters. And it's interesting that, well, I mean, we'll get to it, but I got a point to make about the John Cena announcement.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to it. So the show proper opened up with Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins.
Sean had something to say. He's
Sorry.
seems
I don't get to say anything.
But you didn't speak, so you
I
need
was
to be.
going to, but Terrence jumped in, so I was being polite.
Well, I
I
didn't
think
know if you were still modeling for your art photo or not. So
I think I think this is just a byproduct of the TKO and the need to be tied in with ESPN. And by having to do the first hour on ESPN, you have to fit in around everything that they're doing. That poses part of the problem. And the commercials are an absolute travesty during this. Like, there should not be half an hour worth of commercials when you're already paying, when people, people, I won't say who, are paying $30 a month for a streaming service. There should be zero commercials on a goddamn streaming service. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for commercials. And it just it makes me long for the days of pay-per-views that went from like 8 o'clock till midnight. You know what I mean? I enjoyed some of those.
Yeah, no, I do miss the. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like I remember a time when WrestleMania started at 5 o'clock and it ended after midnight.
Yeah.
That was excessive. But I mean, for my big shows, I want 4 to 5 hours, with 4 of those hours being wrestling. Like I want wrestling on my wrestling show, and I feel like is that too much to ask? But I don't know.
Well, they don't have enough storylines and stuff going on even to pull off a
No.
bullshit like that.
No, and with all the way the rumor mills have been churning, it seems like there might be some even more releases coming. And with some of the weird shit that happened on this show, which we'll get into in a second here, there might even be a release down the road, which I gotta tell you guys straight up, when we get into that, I got some shit to say. So anyway, with that, I digress. Let us talk about the first match, which saw Bron Breakker defeat Seth Rollins, point to Terrence Reese. And this opened the show, this grudge match between these two guys that have been building for a while since the original betrayal of Rollins by the Vision. Both men kind of played into the injuries a little bit that they were kind of going into this match with, but as soon as they went going, this match was high energy, hard hitting. These guys, I think, did a great job. There was a lot of intensity in this match. You really saw Rollins, kind of play the savvy veteran a lot in this match, and he really kind of went around to, just to outsmart Braun Breaker a lot, but just the sheer physicality along with the towards the end of the match with the interference. Although Rollins kind of seemed like he was able to outsmart that a little bit. Braun Breaker's just overall dominance with an incredible spear off of Rollins coming off the ropes there, and then another one to kind of close it out, allowed him to pick up the win. So, Reese, since you earned the point on this one, I'll let you go first and let us know what did you think of the match, and do you think it was the right decision?
First of all, I appreciate the fact you're addressing royalty first. I was fine with this match. I mean, again, it wasn't a clean win either. So, I mean, this storyline is obviously not finished. Braun, you can see it's been a while. He got gassed. He got gassed a few times in that match. You can see him completely slowing down. But overall, it was a good match. I mean, I expected it to go this route, as you mentioned. And I think that these coming weeks is where you're going to probably start seeing the whole Street Profits with Seth and another faction forming up underneath Seth soon.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Sean, what do you think?
This match was 100% used to prove the point that Seth can't do this alone. I mean, the match itself was very good, but the second that Theory and Logan Paul showed up, even though Seth took them out, you could tell that it was being set up for Braun to take advantage of it. And I think that was the right play here. I'm disappointed they didn't have Seth win. I think that losing at Mania he should have, but it is what it is. He's going to have to win at least one on this stretch of matches, I would imagine. And honestly, this whole thing and some of the commentary that they were talking about during the match about how the Vision turned on Seth and what Heyman does had me thinking about the future of the Vision. And I think you're going to see the Vision turn on Braun at some point.
Maybe. I don't know if they're going to go that far
At some point.
Maybe a long. I don't. It's kind of. I think Braun Breaker works very well as a heel, and turning him face, I don't think is the right thing to do anytime soon. I mean, maybe like a couple years down the road, but who knows where they're even going to be with that. But having Rollins win, I think, would have been the easy decision to make here. And I'm kind of glad that WWE decided for once to go with the young star and have the young star actually win something. So I think that the booking is correct. And I think that they did a good job with this one. the right person won, and I think the right person won the right way. So I think that this is fine. Rollins loses nothing losing in this match the way that he did. And yeah, I don't know. I think that this was Bron Breakker needed this because what Reese was saying, especially when we were getting into this a little bit, previewing this a couple days ago, he's going to be one of your big focal points kind of going forward, right? He's going to be like one of your top 3 4 guys for the next however many years competing for the main title, right? So if you can't just have this guy lose. I think it hurts him too much to just lose all the time, right? He lost his last big match to CM Punk for the title. So he needs to start stacking some wins so he becomes credible. So I'm fine with it.
So in other words, Mike, you were saying I was right.
You were?
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut.
You absolutely were. And you know what? Just with that, you guys were actually both right on the next one because I just completely crapped the bed on the next one. And this is one of the down spots I think I want to get into for this one. This next match was the U.S. title rematch from WrestleMania between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams with Little Yachty again. Um, this match kind of sucked. It was boring. It felt like a TV match. Nothing really kind of like went for me here. Sami Zayn kind of got his revenge on Little Yachty a little bit, hitting him with the haluva kick, but Trick just basically won this match. I mean, there was a little bit of shenanigans in it, but I don't know. I didn't really much care for this match at all. And to make it worse, Sami Zayn didn't turn heel after this was over with at all. He took a cheap shot with the thing, but that was only because the dude had the candy cane on him anyway. So there was not a full-blown heel turn here at all. So if that heel turn doesn't happen on SmackDown on Friday, I'm gonna kind of be really disappointed that they even bothered putting this on the PLE at all. But since Sean is rolling his eyes, I'll let him go first.
I actually wasn't rolling my eyes at this. I was rolling them at the cat. But I think that the problem with this is you're right. It did not at all feel like a PLE match. It just felt like a rehash of. God damn it. A rehash of.
We need to call the SPCA.
I just put him on my bed. God. It felt like a rehash of the Mania match. And it didn't need to be on a PLE. And I think that the one positive coming out of this is hopefully we can move Trick onto a different feud, maybe Mello, just maybe Ilya, who we haven't seen in like 3 weeks. I just want something more, and we can take Sammy and continue his descent into madness that he's been going on because of the stupid gingerbread segments.
Well, I mean, they've already done this storyline with Sammy like multiple times. And I think WWE is at a point where I don't know what they plan on doing with him. I don't know if they know what they want to do with him. And I think that's a big problem for Sammy. So, I mean, I don't know. He's one of the people, like, if I heard the releases were and it was Sami Zayn was on there, I wouldn't be shocked because I don't think WWE has any plans for him. I don't want him to be gone. I like Sammy, but I just don't know if WWE knows what to do with him. He's kind of like crossed in this middle. He's in the middle of this. Well, they pretty much got rid of all the characters out of the bloodline who have no purpose. Sammy's like kind of an arm of it, but we don't see him crossing paths with them very much lately. So I don't know. I don't know if they know what to do with him. The gingerbread thing is I'm glad. I hope it's done. All right, enough.
Oh my God, right?
Enough already. I mean, it was funny the first time, but leave it at that. Leave it at that. There's no reason for you to keep hashing that stupid thing out. And the last point I want to make is Yachty's probably the worst celebrity I've seen team up with anybody in a while. I mean, even when Sammy went to go punch him, he didn't even know what to do. Remember, he was like almost like trying to run, and I'm like, what's going on right now? This is really stupid. And Yachty has no purpose. And like This storyline's confusing because, like you said, Mike, your eyes looked as if Sami didn't really turn heel. My eyes is he did turn heel. But the problem is that both these characters are technically a heel.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Trick Williams really isn't a face. He's only a face by the crowd cheering for him. But as far as storyline, he was the heel in this.
I guess, right? I mean, Sami was getting booed and Trick was getting cheered. So I don't know. I don't know.
But this match had heelish stuff on both sides in it.
Oh yeah, of course. But like there was no definitive full-blown heel turn with which everybody kind of predicted, right? Like we did on this channel. I thought for sure, finally Sami's gonna turn, right? And I don't know, maybe on SmackDown.
It feels like he's in a holding pattern because WWE doesn't know what they want to do with him yet. But because they have the Saudi Arabia stuff next year, I would be absolutely shocked if they got rid of him before the Saudi Arabia stuff. Like that would blow my mind.
You're forgetting who you're talking about. This isn't Vince anymore. This is TKO.
Vince would never put the belt on Sami Zayn.
But I'm saying though, Sami was only important for those Saudi shows for Vince.
He's important for them for TKO too.
TKO, Sean, they're corporate. They do not.
Yes.
The people they release, they do not care. They just want to make money. Sami Zayn is not some sort of money maker for them. Trust me, he's not.
So Sami Zayn winning a major title in Saudi Arabia isn't huge with the Saudi Arabian fans and won't go over huge with them.
Yeah,
you're insane.
But where are you getting that he's getting a title?
They had been setting him up. He was one on their short list to win the friggin' Royal Rumble this year until they changed it at the last minute.
Who is he going to win the title off of?
Who knows who will have it by this time next year?
Yeah, but you got a million different young guys who are already up and coming to take that spot. There's no way they're wasting.
So we're just going to conveniently forget now that Sami Zayn was on pace to win the title next year?
Time, sir. How on earth?
Not in the words of Paul, I'm not letting you get away with this. We've been talking about it for months that Sami Zayn is on pace to be the potential title holder next year.
Yeah. Who?
Okay.
The internet.
We'll just conveniently forget 3 months worth of discussing this.
Was it the internet that said that? Maybe it was on a Facebook page.
We've been talking about it.
I have not.
Yeah, that's because you're never on the wrestling shows.
Yeah, but when I am, I have no point to say Sami Zayn's in line for anything. You're insane if you think he's in line for any of those belts.
You're insane if you think he's not.
Okay. All right.
Challenge stops that completely. You do know that, right? That's the whole point of it. So stop it. Just stop it.
Okay. You get 1 point in the first match and think you're like a Nostradamus.
Well,
so that
Nostradamus being that I told you correct
on one match.
So with this one though, this does take Reese up to 12. Sean, this takes you up to 13, and I still am sitting at 12 right now. But as we go into the third match, we will all gain a point. So 13, and what is it, 12 or 14?
And
12. Yeah,
14 for me.
Yeah, and 12. So yeah, yikes. Danhausen. Oh my goodness. I got a lot to say about this one. And if I had bought a ticket and this is what you gave me, and I was one of those wrestlers backstage and I had to watch this bullshit after some of my friends got released, I would have told this company to go suck a big bag of you know what, because this was a crock of bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I would have walked out if I had paid money to see this bullshit. You have The Miz and Kit Wilson coming out to do a comedy match against Danhausen and a mini person. And it went on and it went on and it went on and it went on and it was idiotic. Obviously, Danhausen won because, of course, he was going to win. But what are we doing? What are we doing? This was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, this is fine for TV. This is not okay for a PLE. Not okay at all for a PLE. I'm happy to have one of you guys like talk me out of this, but I hated everything about this. On a 5 match card, you put this on there on a 5 match card. You charge people $40 a month for ESPN Plus, and this is the only PLE we're gonna get all month. And this is what you put on a 5 PLE card? Come on. This shit belongs on TV, not on a PLE.
Well, we got May 31st, don't we?
I think the next one's in June, isn't it? Night of Champions is in June, right?
Since the Clash in Italy.
Isn't Italy at the end of the month?
Yeah, it's May 31st. So you're getting 2 PLEs in 1 month.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't think there's any talking you down, Mike. I personally enjoyed it because I think it did what it did. It was meant to. But my problem was I agree with you. It went on for too long. This should have been a short comedy match. It should not have lasted as long as it did. I think that's where the problem came from. I mean, I had a feeling that this is where this whole mini person thing and all the little Danhausens was going to go after SmackDown when they brought up the whole cloning thing. So I had a feeling that's what we were going to get, but it had no. They could have put this as a short match and put some other sort of match on here as well. And I would have been a little bit better overall with it. But I didn't hate it. I laughed. I will say that, but I'm also an idiot. So
I was fine with it. I mean, what else did you expect?
I didn't expect this at all. That's the problem. I didn't want this at all. I
Well,
would
I mean,
anything else here. Anything else here.
again, he's one of the top selling merch guys in wrestling right now.
So give him a 5 minute comedy segment here.
Vince did this. Even Vince did this. So this is nothing new for WWE to try and capitalize on Lightning. And that's what they're getting right now. They're getting squeezing everything they can out of Danhausen. Now, the thing is with Danhausen is I don't think he's a long-term guy. This is going to be fun for a little while, probably a year or so. But then after a year or so, where it starts to grow a little stale, there's not much else you can do with Danhausen. He's a one-trick pony. So I'm fine with it. If you want to cash in on it right now, by all means, let my man Dan. He's doing a hell of a job. Let him get paid for entertaining. I mean, the kids love him. It's some sort of levity. I'm fine with it. Actually, I mean, he's not. It's not like he's bad either. He's freaking hilarious. So yeah. I'm fine with it. We knew what it was. It's Miz. Miz always has these matches now. So every match has some sort of a weird, strange offshoot match. He's been doing it for years now. So I'm not shocked.
So put it on TV. Put it on SmackDown then.
Hold on. Do we not remember The Miz and John Morrison fighting zombies on a PLE? That, I think, was the worst match of all time. And somehow The Miz was involved in it. So
yeah, I mean, that's Vince. Vince capitalizes and he uses The Miz to do that. Anything that's offshoot that they want to tie up some of their top stars, they use Miz for it.
And you're right, T. The Danhausen thing, they need to take advantage of it while it's hot because it's as hysterical as he is. It doesn't have sustaining power. Well, I'd be shocked if it even lasts a year before you start seeing it just in goofy segments with R-Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys are wrong.
Like I said, there's no changing your mind on this.
You guys are wrong. So, I'm sorry. I want my wrestling to be better in 2026. I don't want to give Danhausen and a mini person versus Miz and Kit Wilson 15 minutes of wrestling when I've got a million other wrestlers who haven't wrestled since WrestleMania. LA Knight, Ray Phoenix, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes. None of these guys have wrestled since WrestleMania. And this is the shit that you put on a PLE? No, not acceptable.
I agreed with you.
Not acceptable.
I agreed it was too long. You got it. They have to do the stupid comedy stuff every so often. And if we get one dumb comedy match on a PLE every 6 PLEs, you know what? I will make that sacrifice.
Well, also, it's not like this guy's never gonna have a belt. Let's put it that way. If he does have a belt, it's like one of those what's that?
Comedy belts.
Yeah, it's just some
The
stupid.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, he'll have something like that, or just to try and keep his story going. But other than that, I'm fine with it. This is, like I said, this doesn't shock me. Vince did the same doggone thing. He took whatever offshoot, and don't forget now. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, with a lot of the wrestlers that were released, we can lean on that. It's over. There's nothing we can do about it right now. My thing is, though, I get what you're saying, though, Mike, with the fact of you put on
Yeah.
that place of some of these other guys. But who? Who were you going to? Who was released that you were going to replace this match with?
Not even just the releases, people who are still on the roster. Just give some of these guys, like, where is Ray Phoenix, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov? Like, any one of these guys, just like let them have a match.
What are they involved in, though?
Set up a fatal four-way between these guys for the next contender for the US title. Something, anything.
That's the whole point of this John Cena thing. That's where they're going to show up. That's how they're going to get them on TV.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. I don't know. I don't have anything else to add with the Stanhouse thing. Obviously, I'm in the minority here, but yeah.
I at least partially agree with you. So
Only thing I didn't like was just the mini things. I was expecting like somebody to come and help. You know,
It would have been fine if it was. It would have been fine if it was somebody.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I can definitely get that. I agree with you. But
like I said, the second they did the whole cloning thing on SmackDown, I had a feeling that this was the direction it was going to go. And you're right, it's dumb. They should have had an actual person.
The next match saw Iyo Sky and Asuka deliver a fantastic match, an absolutely fantastic match, which did not see the return of Kairi Sane. Surprisingly, I kind of thought that was going to happen for sure. But these women got several "this is awesome" chants throughout this match, and the match kind of came to a head when Asuka attempted to miss Iyo again, but Iyo stole Wade Barrett's laptop and proceeded to block it with that, which was kind of neat, and was able to get her in the ring, hit the over the moonsault for the win. And then, kind of in a bit of a twist at the end, the two embraced, and Asuka appeared to either turn face or maybe said her sayonara to the WWE universe, which I'm going to go on a limb here and say right now, if that is the case, I'm done with this channel because I will not be watching WWE anymore if they release Asuka. So take that for what it's worth. But what did you guys think of the match?
It should have been. This was proof it should have been on WrestleMania. This match was an absolute banger, and it was a shame that they did not put it on the biggest show of the year. Did we expect anything less, though? You know what I mean? It was. I believe all of us said this match was going to be fantastic going into it. I think that final segment, though, was more of that Iyo earned Asuka's respect, is what I think it comes down to. I think that her beating her finally showed that, like, she's moved on from needing Asuka as her senpai, as they have been saying for weeks now. So I think I just took it in a different direction than you did. It didn't seem like a saying goodbye to the WWE universe. It just seemed like she was showing her respect. They were showing their respect to each other.
I think it could be either one. I mean, because she was awfully emotional at the end of that match. I've never seen Asuka emotional at the end of any type of match. And they did put on a very good match. It was a hell of a match. Very entertaining. I was waiting for her to show up, but fine, whatever. I guess she's gone. She's done. WWE. So we can definitely tie a bow around that one. But that match was good. It was fun. I don't know where you're gonna go from here. And Mike, just stop it, Mike. You're not gonna stop this channel over Asuka. Stop.
Are you kidding me, dude? She's friggin' excellent.
Stop it.
What a travesty that would be if they released her.
I agree, but it's not going to stop any of us from watching wrestling. If they've letting go bigger names than that.
That would be a pretty big one.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you 100%. Because, I mean, don't forget now, Asuka is a talent that can go anywhere. I mean, suited.
Anyway, she'd probably go back to Japan before she went to WCW, but WCW would give her a Brinks truck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's going to get paid no matter where she goes. She's fine after this, and that's fine with us. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I hope she does. Only because WWE's been wasting her anyway.
Absolutely.
So let her go somewhere
I'm
else.
wondering,
shine in some other company, be the face of some New Japan or something. I don't know, but I'm fine with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd be happy for her if she did, because again, they're wasting Asuka anyway.
I'm wondering if maybe it's like Kyrie, she just wants to go home. You know what I mean? Like if this is a case of just wanting to go back to Japan. Like I'm sure within the next day or so we will see. But I was just reading something saying that Asuka's too much of a legend to not give her an official farewell, so that's definitely kind of weird. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but again, this is TKO.
You're right. If she's leaving on her own terms though, I would hope that they would give her some sort of nod as to leaving on her own terms.
I mean, look at Brock.
Yeah.
Much of a farewell.
Well, that was apparently they didn't expect that.
Well, no, I understand, but they didn't even have nothing even to say. I mean, they didn't really give him a farewell.
So
one little short segment that was that Monday. They did a little thing for him, and that was it.
I'm wondering if that's because they're going to try to get him to come back. Apparently it's his diverticulitis has been causing him problems, and that's why he basically retired unexpectedly.
Well, I think there was something. I think the lawsuit has some things he's still kind of tied up in that right now. And plus, I mean, what else is there for him to do?
Retire in his home state.
I was just gonna say, there's nothing else for Brock Lesnar to do. And then, you know what? He decided with Gunther or with Obafemi rather. He was like, he chose that guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like he chose that guy to do that. And like we've always said this about Brock. Like Brock does what Brock wants, and Brock might be like, what the hell with you guys? I'm not putting another guy over after this. Like I'm done with you guys, So,
And if his sickness is bothering him, I mean, diverticulitis is something you live with forever. So,
yeah. So for the past few weeks, WWE has been hyping an announcement from John Cena as something monumental and, quote, groundbreaking. So John Cena revealed as he came to the ring after, chanting with the crowd a little bit, kind of messing with them, potentially, offering one more match, which we all kind of knew wasn't going to happen. He revealed the John Cena Classic, which is an event designed to highlight the stars of tomorrow from WWE's development system, as well as introduce a new championship. Obviously, we're going to probably get some more information on this, but fans are ultimately going to get to vote on this some way or another. You'll probably have to be a part of Club WWE because you're going to have to pay for it. I'll bet dollars to donuts on that one. But while unorthodox, I'm actually kind of okay with this. So what do you guys think about this? Reese, I'll let you start on this one.
I'm very intrigued because this is there's a reason why they're shredding that roster. It's not just, well, okay, it has everything to do with the contract salaries, where now you could bring up some lower salary people to fill in those spots. And this is how corporate America works, right? You get rid of the top salaries, then you rehire new people at lower salaries. And that's pretty much what they're going to be doing. That's the whole point of this tournament, is to start shining some of the NXT stars, actually kind of speeding up the process of them getting up to the main roster, and season them up a little bit, because like he said, I mean, you don't be shocked. You can see some seasoned guys lose to some NXT people. So I think this is great. I think it's something that probably is needed by WWE to freshen some things up. You can get some fresh faces on TV. I mean, they're going to need it because they done got rid of everybody that's sitting backstage anyway. So it's a perfect way to kind of meld NXT and the main roster together. And it should make things a little more seamless, bringing people from NXT up to the WWE. I think that's the whole point of this. And by the way, I do believe I should at least get a point for saying.
No.
I mean, I did say Trios Championship, but it is a new championship.
And they should get Ice Water in Hell, but they don't.
Saying, I mean, you
So
guys were
well, so you did not gain a point on that last one though. So it got a little interesting there. So we're all locked up at 14 going into the main event.
Can I say about this John Cena Classic? I like everything about it except the fact that the winner of the championship is decided by a fan vote. The fact that someone who is lost can be voted the winner seems incredibly stupid to me.
what,
And I don't know. It just seems like a dumb concept on that portion of it.
I
I
mean,
think
like,
that the
what would you do though if because
I'm fi-
ultimately they would
I'm
be deciding on who wins.
if it comes down to a vote because you end up with people who have like the same record, that's one thing. But somebody who's lost and has like a losing record shouldn't be considered for to win. You know what I
They're
mean?
not gonna, you know what though? The WWE is gonna control all of this though. Like they're gonna push who they want to push. There's as much as they're gonna say fans have a say in this, fans do not have a say in this at all. That's a bunch of crap. So
Because ultimately, the writers of the matches or the choreographers of the match are going to dictate who wins those matches, which you know,
exactly.
can't have
As
Yeah.
the
long as they actually do that and they don't leave it up to the idiots that us in the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. So this takes us to the main event between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, which saw Roman Reigns retain his World Heavyweight Championship. Sorry, Sean. And this was definitely the best match of the show. This match got a ton of time. Jacob, in the early goings of this match, just took everything that Roman had from him and just basically got right back up every single time Roman levied any offense against him, which I thought was awesome. It really made Jacob look like an absolute killer. As the match got a little bit deeper in, Roman kind of just kept throwing everything he had at him, but just could not put Jacob down. There were several spears. Roman kind of got up, the first time from the Tongan death grip about, towards the later half of the match there. Kind of attempted to knock the referee down. They kind of got outside of the ring for a little bit, and then it, eventually got back in. And the ending was kind of weird. It almost seemed like he took the turnbuckle off a little bit, and then kind of like slammed Jacob into it to hit him with the spear to ultimately get the 1, 2, 3 to retain. But despite taking the loss, Fatu ended up standing tall at the end of the show by just completely decimating Roman Reigns and giving Adam Pearce a good old chuck out the ring, which I enjoyed. And yeah, this was solid. I thought this was an excellent match, and this was a great way to close out this interesting show. So Sean, I'll let you go first on this one since you are probably still a little butthurt for not getting a.
No, I'm fine with losing. My issue is the match itself was very good. The ending fell real flat to me. Like, you have Jacob basically take everything Roman has and fight through it, get back up, and he goes down because he got knocked into the turnbuckle and then speared. It felt flat to me, and I'm okay with the loss of a point. I don't like the idea of the title being off TV for the next month. I think that's kind of dumb, which is why I was hoping Fatu would win. But I'll earn my point back in the future. I'm cool with being a point behind you guys.
Well, actually, well, we'll get into the final score
I'm
in a minute here,
I'm not going to be angry this year.
but
but
then
but
wasn't Roman Reigns in the commercials for Italy?
I I don't know because it seems like the match there is going to be Cody and Gunther.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in the ad it had him in there, I think, and I also believe it had uh what's his face,
Jacob.
the Scottish psychopath.
Oh, Drew.
He's in there too.
Maybe we
Interesting.
get maybe we get Jacob and Roman again in Italy.
I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, the match was good. I was entertained by the match. I didn't understand the belt buckle, the turnbuckle thing. That
Yeah,
was. Did somebody untie it? Did I miss something?
Roman was like
Roman.
attempting to untie it to kind of like slam Jacob into it, it seemed, but it seemed kind of unintentionally. It was a little sloppy. Like it seemed a little rushed and a little sloppy.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that. Um, I mean, I knew. I mean, there's no reason for them to put the belt on Roman from losing it in the next few weeks. It made no sense. You've just wasted a spot. You might as well
Yeah.
just put it on Jacob at that point instead of Roman. So that's why there's no way they were going to take the belt, especially Roman Reigns. No way this guy's going to be a 1 month title holder.
Yep.
It's not a chance in hell. So that I expected that, but it was a good match. It was entertaining. I did like the way they did the back and forth in this one. Other than that, we'll see where it goes. I was hoping they didn't do the whole knee injury thing because remember Roman's flexing his knee, and I'm like, oh, here we go, dude. And I say Roman's hurt, is going to beat him because he's got a hurt knee, and I'm like, come on, we've done this so many times. But I'm glad they didn't use that. You got to give Jacob all the credit. He put up a great match with Roman. It was very entertaining. I can't complain about it. It did feel like a PLE match until it got weird at the end there. And one more thing. If I hear Tongan death grip again, I swear I'm going to put my head through a window.
Why?
They've said it about 1,000 times in that match, and I'm just like, dude, do we have to keep saying it?
Because they're trying to sell it as this vicious maneuver.
But dude, you don't have to say the move 20,000 times during a match. That was the only thing that was annoying. It's like, okay, I don't even want to see it anymore because they keep saying it. That's the only thing just for me. That's the only thing that annoyed me about this match. I don't want to hear it again. If you do, limit it. We don't need to hear it over and over again. I did find it cool that he did put the tape around his. He's been putting the tape around his fingers like his uncle.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Stuff we used to do. So yeah, it was a fun match. A very, very good match. I think Roman did a good job of putting him over.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm completely with you on that. And I think it was a great way to close out the show. Roman Reigns, just in general, his matches just have that big fight feel to them. And, we've been saying this for a while on this channel. Roman Reigns he's a megastar and he makes everything, he deserves to be in the main event because he is the main event. And, there's nobody better right now in professional wrestling to do it that has that star power and has that aura like Roman Reigns. So with that, Reese, you got Asuka wrong. That was your only pick there. So you go from 10 points to 14 points. Sean, you got Jacob and Seth wrong. So you go from 11 to 14 points. I got Sami and Seth wrong. So I go from 12 to 15 points. So I still have one on the both of you, but the two of you are tied at 14. And those are your final predictions for the second PLE of season 2.
We can't let him win.
And I picked some doozies here as well. Although, yeah, the Sami Zayn one was kind of a pretty crappy pick. I really should have went the other way on that one, but that's okay. So that was Backlash 2026. And as you guys noted, we have another one, Clash in Italy, coming up in about 3-4 weeks from now. So what is your overall ratings for the show? I'll start with you, T.
I probably would give it a B plus. There was nothing bad. There was nothing overly. That blew my socks off. It was a good show. I give it a B plus.
Sean?
I'd have to agree with T. I think that it was more highs than lows, even though the lows I think were particularly low, like the Danhausen match being longer than it needed to be, and whatever's going to go on with Asuka. But some of the matches themselves and the main event absolutely killed it. I think that Jacob Fatu, they did a really good job of making him still look like a monster. He reminded me a lot, like Michael Cole said, of Umaga. And I think if that's a route they're going to take Fatu, that's a very good position for him to be in. And I look forward to seeing where we go from here. So I give it a B plus as well.
Yeah, I thought there were some good booking decisions for the most part in this match. I think the right people won in every single one of these matches, whether I agree with the booking or not. Bron Breakker winning, I think, is excellent. I think that's a very smart move. Having the young upstart guy who's going to be the future of your company win, absolutely the right thing to do. I hope that the Trick and Sammy thing is over with. Like that's it, it needs to be over with. They both need to go on to different things, as we noted here. I've said all I need to say about the Danhausen thing. I don't really want to say anything more about it. The Iyo and Asuka match was awesome, and the main event was also awesome. And Jacob, to your point about Umaga, looks like an absolute killer. So I think with that, my final rating for the show is a no more gingerbread man out of 5.
Thank God.
So that is our show, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us. Let us know. Did you guys enjoy Backlash? Did you think it was a good show? Are you guys with me on the Danhausen train, or are you with these two guys thinking that this stuff's just going to kind of have to happen and that we have to deal with it? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. As always, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate all of the support you guys have been giving us. With that, I have been Mike, joined by Mr. T. Reese and Mr. Sean O'Neill. Have yourselves a fantastic evening and take care.